This is your lesson for the decade, June 24th, 2024. Okay, so let's look down the line on the right here to start. Okay, the setup looks pretty good. Something that I just noticed is that you're setting up with the ball almost on the hosel. We want it set up so the ball's in the middle of the club face. Okay, it just gives you a better chance of getting the hosel out of the way. But anyway, other than that, it's a pretty good setup. We like that. Okay, so as you start back, and I said, like I said during the lesson, there are more things that are good in the swing than bad. Okay, so the takeaway is pretty good. Not much head movement. The right cheek is going back. That looks good. Now, see these yellow lines? That represents the swing plane. Now, the swing plane is a plane that's parallel to these yellow lines. It doesn't have to be exactly on one or the other. And why is a swing plane important? Well, as you take it back and come in to hit, it comes back and it's got to get back to that, parallel to that yellow line to hit the ball. So the more the club gets off plane, it's a movement that's not needed, and then you need a compensating movement to put exactly back on the same angle as the plane. Okay, so that's where the inconsistency comes from. You can't always make the compensating error the exact same amount as the first error. Okay, so as you take it back, it gets a little off plane. See, it's not close to parallel, but you're at the top. Now, this isn't a terribly bad top position. From face on, we can improve it, but you can play from here. But as you start down, see the butt of the club starts at that red crossing, and watch this. This is the only thing so far that's causing you any problems. So as you come down, now watch the butt of the club goes past that green line. The club is just past shoulder. It's about shoulder height. It's starting to get past. Now, then it gets way in front of the line. Now, here's the litmus test. This is the report card in the swing. So all good players. Here's the shaft. Whoops. Okay. All good players have it on the dashed blue line, right. Whoops. Change the color here. Here. They all have it on the right forearm. So when the hands get waist high, the club from down the line angle overlaps your right forearm. Yours is up here. That's basically too steep. And what the butt of the club has to go from there to even come close to hitting the ball. So all good players will get, at this point, the club overlapping their forearm, and then the next step, the club head will be just inside their hands. Now, look where yours is. Oops. See how the club's outside your hands here? This ball is only going to go left. So that's going to set up an outside-in path, which gets the ball going to the left. Now, that's a problem that's sinking the ship. That's causing you all sorts of inconsistencies. Now, sometimes you have the compensating errors that are perfect, and sometimes, most of the time, you don't. Okay, but a lot of good things. Look at the lower body action. you keep your butt against the back wall the entire time through. Look how you turn through the ball. See that right leg, right knee going towards the target. See the right heel coming up. You retain the spine angle. So you got a lot of things going on. I mean, except for coming in steep, this swing is closer to like a 10 than an 18, maybe a single digit, except you're sinking the ship with that steepness. So that's the only thing I'd change here is work on getting that thing shallowed out. So now let's look at face on the video on the left here, and we've drawn a different set of lines, and this is where you get a lot of commotion, and the swing system becomes unstable. And watch, we'll just play this thing through. So just watch okay. So, the idea is swinging around the barrel, within a barrel isn't really working. Okay, so as you take it away, your right hip started at that red crossing. It's now like 4 or 5 inches outside. So you've got a giant sway. The right knee is outside of where it started. The head's moved back maybe 8 inches, something like that. So your swing really isn't rotational. It's linear. You're swaying 5 to 7 inches off the ball. Now you got to slide 5 to 7 inches to the ball to get back to the same position you were at impact. At address. So you end up this linear shift. Now you have to race back as you start the downswing and see the right hip. Now what's good is you've got a good weight shift. See this lower left leg's got an angle. Here's a weight shift. It gets vertical. Bam! Almost immediately. That gives you a weight shift. See how the belt buckle is getting back to. Right now the belt buckle is about where it started. And then as you swing through, it's just a purely linear swing. It's not a rotational swing. Now what's good is you've turned your belt buckle to the target. It's a little late, but at least you turn it and see that T, that blue T marking. The belt buckle is there just like the pros. That T is where the left hip started, so you want to rotate through. You come way off the right foot. Really good lower body action there. And what happens is the hasn't really cleared too much, and so you end up with, see that left arm turns into Billy Barty arm, and then you end up, So at this position, what the pros have is both arms are straight at this position, and the club is an extension. Almost, I call it the tug-of-war position. Now, with your hip in the way, hasn't really cleared at impact, you have to end up with just kind of flipping at the ball. And a lot of people, you included, will throw their hands at the ball and then reset it here and just kind of flip. In reality, you never get to this tug-of-war position. So that's the second position you need to get to, and that will solve a lot of problems.